Last year was quite a big gaming year for me, strangely. I did quite a few game reviews and I actually got sent games to review, which meant I tried some things that I probably wouldn't have normally played. And I feel like I branched out quite a bit in my gaming genres. So thought I'd do a little top 10 of my favourite games from last year. These aren't all necessarily released last year. I think they are, but there might be one or two that possibly I just hadn't come across. So this is games that I played last year, which were probably from 2017. I'm not going to be doing this in any particular order other than grouping them by device, so I couldn't have done that. It would have been way too difficult. This is such a varied number of genres, I couldn't have picked my favourite. Actually, I might have picked my favourite. So we're going to start off with the main thing that I play games on, my PC. So first of all, we have Kingdoms and Castles. I loved this. I absolutely got hooked on it, and I played it pretty much solidly for about 3 days when I first got it, so that's all you need to do, really, isn't it? Now, I did a review of it, and it's a really good city builder with quite a lot of options for you, although some people find it quite limiting because you are just stuck with the same items, things don't upgrade and stuff like that, but I think it's really well put together. It's a really nice game. I put it very comparable to Banished, which is a similar sort of building a medieval town, but it feels a bit more polished and a bit more free to do what you want with it. If you like colourful, low polygon art styles, you'll enjoy it. If you like city builders, you'll enjoy it. If you like the more casual kind of side of gaming, you'll enjoy it. It's a really good one. My next one is Doki Doki Literature Club. Now this is a weird game. It's one of those ones that's hard to describe, but I love it. It was an experience playing this game, and I would really recommend that if you like games that don't follow your expectations, even if you know they're not going to follow your expectations, you'll enjoy it. There are definitely trigger warnings for this game, which from when you look at it, you wouldn't think that this needed trigger warnings, but definitely trigger warnings for self-harm, suicide, depression. It's dark. It's definitely dark, but it's also incredibly cool. Now, Indigo, which is another one that I did a review of last year, is a little independent game that is about depression. And although there isn't an awful lot of interactivity within the game, it's just a point-and-click adventure, really, if you want to put it in a box. But it's well written. There's really good story characterization. You really understand this main character that you're playing as and how he's isolated himself, and this depression that he's feeling has gotten so much that he can't really deal with it. And I love that it has so many multiple endings depending on what you do. They're fairly simple decisions. You can pretty much tell what's the thing that would be the best solution and what's the thing that's, the depression is really set in sort of options. But it's a really nice way of going through, and there's happy endings that are sort of bittersweet. And I think it's a really nice, intelligent look at mental health. And I would definitely recommend checking that out if you'd be interested in it. Next is Hidden Folks. I love this game so much. Me and my boyfriend played it together because it's just Where's Wally or Where's Waldo if you're American. It's just a really, really nice finding hidden objects game. It's well made, it's interesting because of the art style and the sound design being all sounds made by like the human mouth pretty much. And it's really charming. I'd really recommend anybody play this. Don't look at it and go, oh, that's some kids game or that's just for casual gamers. It's really fun. It's a cute game and I would definitely recommend playing it. Drawing towards the end of the PC games, next up we have Rime. I really, really enjoyed this game. I was sent it to review and I was a little bit sceptical, but it's a really, really well-made game. I mean, initially it had technical problems when it came out. It needed optimization, it had terrible frame rate drops, even for people with very powerful computers. I believe most of that has been resolved at this point. It still doesn't like to run on my PC, but my PC is a bit broken. We've been having a little bit of a diagnostic session over Christmas, and we're pretty sure that my computer just can't access the RAM, and that's why everything keeps crashing. So we'll solve that. We'll get around to it. To be fair, it's been doing blooming well for having no actual allocated memory. But yes, Rhyme. I had to play it on my boyfriend's PC, which is more powerful than mine anyway, even if it was fully functioning. And it's a really nice sort of adventure, puzzle-solving, platforming game. It's well made, the level design is incredibly good. Even for what these areas seem like very open, you're still very clearly guided as to where you're supposed to go by the visual cues and just gaming language. It's a really good one, and it's quite thought-provoking at the end. I think some people felt it was a little on the nose about what it was about, but I rather liked it. Some people feel like this needs a slight disclaimer about the content, but I think that because it's not... It deals with fairly heavy issues, but it does it in a kid-friendly way, is how I would put it. So I think that most people would be completely fine and it wouldn't be upsetting. But obviously everyone differs, but so I just wouldn't want to spoil how it ends as much as anything. The music in it is fantastic. I got this game for free, I was given it to play, but I bought the soundtrack and I listen to it all the time. So I've talked about this one way too much. Moving on. The last PC game on this list, Life is Strange Before the Storm. I haven't finished it. Please, for the love of God, do not spoil the final chapter in the comments or I will hunt you down. I still have to play the final chapter. But it's a really good game. Life is Strange is... what's like the actual category for it? Decision, story? I don't know what they call it. There's a story, you're in it role-playing, and you have to make choices. And the story progresses because of how you've made your choices. And it's really fun. The characters are great. I really enjoyed going back into the sort of teenage mindset and role-playing as Chloe. Good fun. Though anyone who chose to be rude to Chloe's mother, we need to have words. Alright, so that's it for PC games. So next we're going to go on to mobile games. Now, I will hear none of this, mobile gaming is not gaming. It's rubbish. Do not listen to anyone who says that. Don't be an elitist, proper gaming snob. If you're playing a game, it's a gaming device. Moving on. Altos Adventure is a free-running game where you have to try and get as far as you can down a mountain that you are snowboarding down. There's a lot of free-running games out there, but this is a really good example of it. I was actually recommended it by several people who've watched my videos as something to do a chilled out game review of, and I might still do that at some point because it is definitely a relaxing game. Whereas normally I find those sorts of things where you have to really pay attention and make sure you tap at the right point to jump over the obstacle. You know, can be a little bit intense and a bit stressful at times, especially when they get more difficult. But it's actually still quite relaxing to play. It took me a little while to get the timing of like jumps and flips and things, but it doesn't get too fast. The time of day changes and you get these beautiful sunsets and night skies that you get to look at. The music is really nice and just peaceful, calming. The fact that when you start doing big jumps, you get sort of a slow-mo. It's a really, really good game. And I don't normally think that about mobile games. So there we are. So thanks to everyone who'd recommended it to me, because I probably wouldn't have played it if you hadn't suggested it, because I just don't really scroll through all the games that are available to download on your phone. I don't think of it. And now my last gaming device of the year, the Nintendo Switch. First of all, we have Jackbox Party Pack 3. I haven't played the previous two of these, but we got this for the Switch this Christmas to play with family, and it has been absolutely fantastic. So if you have a group of friends, up to I think 8 people for most of the games, and you have a Switch, a PlayStation, I think Amazon Fire Stick, all these things you can get it for. It's a really nice way to spend a half an hour or an hour as a family. It's basically just a collection of mini games that you all play along with on your phones. I mean, the games are a bit silly, but it's a really good laugh, and I would recommend. Next up, Super Mario Odyssey. This is a freaking fantastic game. Like, I can't even... If you don't have a Switch, that's fine. But if you have a Switch and you don't have Mario Odyssey, what are you doing? I've played Mario games since... how old was I when I got my Game Boy? About 7, maybe? And I had Super Mario 2 6 golden coins, that was what it was called. And that was my first Mario experience. Honestly, I don't think I've played a better Mario game than Mario Odyssey. It is incredibly well designed. The levels are brilliant, the puzzles are great, the platforming is difficult but fair. I haven't quite finished it yet. I'm not one of those people who sits down and plays a game until it's done. I do spread it out, but I'm really, really enjoying it. I'm not too far off the end now, and oh, it's a good game. And finally, my last favourite game of the year, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Oh, this is a good game, and if I were to pick a favourite, it would be this one. I just like Mario, I haven't finished it, but you know what? There's a lot to do. It's a big game. I haven't finished Skyrim, like as in the main quest, because there's so much to do, and I've been playing Skyrim for God knows how long at this point. When did I first play Skyrim? It's probably been at least 5 years. My only problem with Zelda is that I'm one of those people who gets flustered when things get a bit tense. For example, I'm in the middle of fighting something and I grip the controller quite hard. And the problem with that is when you're using the analog sticks, you frequently push in on the analog sticks, which does things like crouching or the zooming in like with binoculars thing that it does, and that gets me more flustered and then I panic and I normally get killed. So I'm not the best at it, but it's really fun and I look forward to finishing it eventually, though will that be what I do in 2018? Probably not, because I know what I'm like with games where you can get sidetracked on lots of little things to do. So those were my favourite games from 2017. What were yours? Let me know. Have I missed any gems that I need to play at some point this year? Don't recommend me really hard games. If anybody says Cuphead or Getting Over It, no thanks. I like to not be angry. It's just a personal preference. So thank you very much for watching, and I will hopefully see you again soon.